Sorry everyone, we're a little bit late. I kind of slept in this morning, I won't lie. Anyway, let's take a look at the new kits we got. So, after the chaos that is last night, today we woke up to some good news. We got the music system, we got online table turf, they didn't forget, and we got two brand new kits. First off is the Neo Sploosh-O-Matic, which, I'm sorry, Sploosh players, if you were hoping for Spot Bomb Kraken or really anything very good, you're not gonna get it. It's Beacon Killer Will 5.1, which is obviously very, very similar to the Splatoon 2 kit of Beacon Missiles. And, yeah, it's an option in the game for sure. Realistically, Sploosh itself is not exactly an amazing main weapon right now, and it kind of needs a very good kit. The main things it has is just that it's kind of the fastest weapon in the game. It's really quick to like get in and out of ink, and on top of that, you actually accelerate quicker when swimming with Sploosh compared to other weapons. So you just kind of dash around everywhere. Its paint's fine, paint range is short, and all that stuff. Right now it's held back by having one of the worst subs and one of the worst specials in the game, and its only niche of having really insane object damage for Rainmaker is, well, kind of beaten out by Wiper, which, while it does not have the same object damage, it is pretty close, and it can do it from a distance, and it is a better sub, and a better main, and it fits better with the spell. Anyway, so it's got Beacon, which, on the one hand, is cool. Now we're gonna go from 2 Beacon weapons to 4. The downside, none of them are very good still. Krakon might be the new best one. I don't really see Neo Sploosh doing too much. The one kind of place you would maybe see a weapon like this on is Flounder, and, I don't know. I think, like, something like Kraken would be way better on a map like that to really fit the niche you want. And, special for this being Whale is whatever, really. It's our third shooter with Killer Whale, so I'm a little bit surprised, but I think I realize why they did it. They didn't want it to be missile, so they made it Whale. And that's the good news of this kit. We got no missiles in this season, let's go! No new missile weapons, we survived today. We have 3 weapons with identical subs and mains to Splatoon 2, but all of them got missile replaced. Maybe the devs do know. Who knows? So I think that's why I got Whale. Now, it probably should have gotten Super Chump instead. That way you could use the beacons and the Super Chump as kind of a kit synergy thing, you know? Like, you could fake jumps in, and it's easier to fake those jumps in because you could also be jumping to nearby beacons, for instance. You know, that could be really cool. So I felt like that was lost synergy, and I'm a bit disappointed that we only have Super Chump and Kraken on 2 weapons. But really, as a whole, Sploosh was a weapon that was almost surely not going to get anything more than mid to high tier, even with an insane kit. And having it so that we don't have to deal with missiles, you know, I'll take it. Up next is Slosher, which got Fizzy Bomb and Tacticooler. So the sub-weapon line thing was wrong, but the theory that it was a sub-saver thing is true. I don't have the tweets for this, but the shirt that the Slosher was wearing has a main of sub-saver on it, and one main of sub-saver on Fizzy Bomb is pretty much exactly 55%. So, yeah, the Splatoon dubs do a little trolling sometimes and debated everyone. This kit is much more interesting to me. Now, let's get the obvious stuff out of the way. Yes, Tacticooler is not that great special right now, and that's going to be a bit of a problem. But there's a few positives. First off, Fizzy Bomb is just a good sub. Like, it's just one of the best subs Slosher could have gotten. It gives you a bit of a mobility tool, so that's really cool. Splatoon 1 Seeker reference, question mark. It has charge mode, so you can throw it and you can move people at a distance. You know, it's just overall a very useful sub, and Slosher players are already familiar with it if you played Machine, which, if you're familiar with the meta, you probably played Machine. So, something you have a lot of experience with right off the bat. And considering this thing is Mist and Inkjet, it's already going to easily trump its current kit. Now, what makes it interesting to me with Tacticooler is it's a different kind of weapon to get cooler. The only aggressive cooler weapon we have right now is Dapple. Dynamo kind of has to, but Dynamo's still mostly a support weapon. It's going to be painting. And so weapons like Zap have a high focus on special output, which is a problem with a weaker special. On top of that, double cooler comps, which are something that are theorized to be pretty solid with the ability to just kind of cycle your coolers and use the special saber to have everyone go in and just kind of go in, try to get kills, and then if you get kills or if you don't, you're still painting up and you can get your next cooler because you're using your teammates. Something that might be possible. But the problem has always been that you don't really have a double cooler option. And then, even then, we could potentially see more coolers if it was on an aggressive weapon that is going to die and not get a lot of specials a lot anyway, so it having a weaker special isn't as much of a problem. Both of these are fixed with Slosher. Slosher Zap, for instance, could be a double cooler comp, kind of similar to double armor in Splatoon 2, but, you know, not breaking the entire game this time, which could be really fun, inventive, and exciting. And in general, it's kind of fine that cooler is on a weapon that doesn't really rely on special output that much. Tri is very much a weapon you pick right now for the main weapon. It is great at bullying short-range shooters, and in particular, is one of the weapons with the best matchup towards Splash, which is the most relevant matchup in the game. Cooler isn't going to exactly get you in or help you deal with Crab very much, unfortunately, but it will allow you to really be aggressive. And most of the maps you want to pick Tri on are short range with a good bit of approach options like Flounder, where Tacticooler is better anyway. Basically, the special fits on the weapon really well and might allow Tacticooler to see some use, which is awesome for me. Seeing a comp with something like Tri and Rapid maybe, where you really want the Intensify for the perfect RNG and mobility, could be really cool. So honestly, I see some potential with this, and this could allow Tacticooler to actually see some use in competitive play, because all of your other weapons can cover the stronger specials, and you can always just play around the main weapon anyway. I don't think we'll be seeing any Respawn Punisher Slosher with other Respawn Punisher Tacticooler weapons. I think that's mostly a thing for support cooler weapons, because then the only time they go in and risk dying is when they have the special that negates Respawn Punisher. And, that's all the kits. Definitely not the most, you know, super amazing set of kits in the world. There were definitely a lot of downsides and disappointments, but there's some cool stuff here too, and I'm glad it got to be wrapped up with something really interesting. I've talked about it a bit before, but I'll say it here. The next patch really needs to be a special balance-orientated one. There are so many kits from the previous season, like Inkbrush Nouveau, kits in this season, like L3D, I'm aware these are both stamp weapons, and just in general, a lot of already existing kits in the game that are held back by either weaker subs or, more often than not, weaker specials, Tacticooler weapons, Reef Slider weapons, Ultra Stamp weapons, Inkjet weapons, especially Ballpoint. You know, and of course all the vacuum weapons too are good examples of things that really would see more use if the specials were rebalanced to be a bit more even. So, for now, the big thing we're waiting for is our last bit of multiplayer news. What is going to happen in that balance patch? It's got to be a good one. So, let me know what you guys think we're going to get, and it was fun to go through the kits once again. Thank you all so much for watching, and have a good one.